Welcome back to the Hall of Fame show. It's your host, Myra, and I am here with rock star Keyawna Nikole. Woo! Thank you so much for being here. Her famous slogan is, "Her music will either break your heart or melt your face." So, which one are we feeling today?
That's me.
How are you feeling? Thank you so much for stopping by.
Zoom. It's Keyawna. It's so great to meet you guys. You're amazing. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes. So give our Hall of Famers a little bit of your background. I know you grew up in both Tennessee and Pennsylvania. How did you come out to LA? You have kind of an amazing story where you were homeless at one point.
Oh, yeah.
You went through a lot of trials and tribulations. I'm sure you get asked this all the time, but we just want to let our audience know a little bit about you.
Coming to LA was crazy. So I was born in Johnson City, Tennessee, and then raised in Pittsburgh, outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Everyone that says they're from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is either actually from the city or from like 20 minutes outside the city, and no one's gonna know where that's from.
Yeah.
But I was raised in like Beaver County, and then I would go back and forth because my dad lived in Tennessee and my mom lived in Pennsylvania. And that was a very different upbringing from then coming out here. It's very like religious upbringing than coming out here, and it's like kind of like, wow, like there's so many other people, there's so many different things, there's so many different options out of life. But yeah, I just woke up one day in Pennsylvania at 18, packed my car, drove to a tattoo shop, had them tattoo this flower on my face, so then I'd be afraid of my mom.
Was this your first tattaoo?
Third on my whole body.
Okay, and it was on the face.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah. Manic
a little
episode.
bit?
I call it a manic. No,
Okay.
it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt. This one hurt, but that one didn't. But I tattooed the flower on my face and drove across the country. Like, it was like 74-hour drive.
By
and
yourself.
And I didn't know anyone. I didn't like know where I was gonna go. Like, I didn't have an apartment. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
And I ended up going to the Denny's on Hollywood Boulevard because they on Sunset.
Yes,
Because
they have
have
Denny's. I used to
They have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So I was just like in my car outside of Denny's, like looking for like jobs or like somebody that wants an assistant or anything. Because I realized when I got here, I was like, I'm here. Where am I gonna go? What am I gonna do? But
And this is at 17.
I was 18.
18. Okay.
I called my mom and I was like, I'm not coming back till I'm famous. I'm in California. I need you to go to my college dorm room though and get all my shit out. And that's it. Like,
Which college?
I went to Slippery Rock University for 1 year.
Okay, got it.
It was like in Pennsylvania.
And what were you gonna major in before you decided to just start coming to LA?
I was gonna be a juvenile probation officer. Believe it or not. Makes absolutely no sense.
It actually kind of does, right? Because
I
you're
just,
helping others.
Well, I just had a juvenile probation officer and I didn't really like it. So I was like, you know what? Let me show you guys how to hide your weed better. Like,
you would have been the cool one though. That
I would have.
everyone
I've been like,
wanted.
listen, I'm not gonna, we're gonna figure this out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna do that. My minor was music therapy because I always wanted to be a musician, but came from an area where that wasn't realistic. You're either a laborer, like working a mill or a farm, and I'm 110 pounds soaking wet, so I don't think that was gonna be a goal for me.
Yeah.
Or you get a degree and go get a job and be a functioning person in society. I wanted to tattoo my face 7 times and sing rock songs, so I had to
You just skirt over to LA, Hollywood Boulevard.
swerve in that corner real quick and get out of there.
Okay, so you're at the Denny's.
I am at the Denny's.
And you're in Hollywood Boulevard, which if you're
am.
from LA, like that Sunset Boulevard, so iconic, the Viacom building over there, whatever. What are your next steps? So you call your mom, you tell her this.
I told my mom, by the way, that I had somewhere to live because I didn't want her to freak out. I didn't want her to freak out. So she thought I had a place to go.
Okay.
I did not have a place to
didn't.
go.
So you were living out of your car during this time
Yes.
period, and you were making connections and
Yes.
networking. But how did you say someone wants to do the same thing as you,
Okay.
maybe, and they're like, "But
Have a plan. But if you're going to do it, just do it. So
yeah, how do you start? Like, you get here, you're like, okay, I'm outside, I'm gonna look for a job, but how do you actually start making those connections? and those
Okay,
things?
so genuinely thank God for Instagram. We love Instagram. I honestly had an idea before I came out of here of the people I wanted to work with. Like, I had a vision. I knew what I wanted to do. And being from Pittsburgh, one of those people was like Taylor Gang, Wiz Khalifa, Ricky P, all of them. I was just like somebody who, there's not many people that make music from our city. So I started reaching out to people, right? So weirdly enough, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell this story because I've never told this story, and hopefully Salon Republic does not come for me. But the Salon Republic on Sunset.
Yeah. I don't think it's still there, so I think you're okay.
We're good.
Yeah, I think
Fire.
you're fine.
Okay. So the Salon Republic on the other end of Sunset from Denny's.
Yeah.
I was at that Denny's and I saw a girl outside. I'm from Pennsylvania, so we're allowed to buy tobacco products and products at 18. 21 out here. I didn't know that. So I see this girl outside and she's like smoking a blunt. And I walk up to her all creepy. And I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. If I give you money, will you go in that dispensary for me? She's like, yeah. And I was like, cool. So she does. She comes out. And she's like, we start talking. I was like, you want to smoke with me? I bought her own little weed. And you want to smoke with me? We end up clicking. I'm meeting this girl in a parking lot. She's telling me about her life. I'm not going to go into that. But she's staying. She works for the Salon Republic. And she had an agreement that, she could stay in there after work. She clicks with me day one. I started living out of the Salon Republic for a month, and no one ever knew.
Oh my gosh.
No one ever knew.
That is iconic.
We were sleeping in recliner chairs. So I was looking for jobs during that. I'd be in my little recliner chair at Salon Republic waiting for a 5:30 alarm before the cleaning people get there. And I ended up hitting up Ricky P, which is Wiz Khalifa's producer, engineer, and he's an amazing producer. He's done so much work in the industry. And I hit him up. And he was looking for an assistant on Instagram. That was just severe luck, genuine grace of God. I happened to know who this person was. He didn't know me in real life, but I knew to look. Mm-hmm. And he had a studio, and he was needing an assistant. So I DM'd him. He was like, come through. We ended up working on a song and clicking. He was a cool, great vibe, and I ended up becoming his assistant. And I was starting to get introduced to rappers Trippie Redd and Tory Lanez and people that were in and out of the studio, Wiz. And he had so much respect for me because I was like, hey, instead of super paying me a really good rate, no one knew I was homeless, but instead of super paying me, will you engineer and produce for me at the end of my shifts every night? Because I can't afford studio time. I'm homeless and I want to be a musician. Yeah. And who better to learn from than a guy that has multiple Grammys that I could never afford his production, He said, yeah. We ended up making a whole tape together. We ended up making great music together, separately. He really helped me find my sound. That is genuinely one of my best friends to this day. And he still is super involved in my career and everywhere it's going. So I really appreciate, shout out Ricky P. We love you. But that was really my startup because I had no job. I was homeless. I was trying to figure it out. I ended up meeting a lady that kind of took me in for a couple months at one point.
And that's besides the Salon Republic?
Besides Salon. After that, I ended up meeting this woman who, in exchange for me staying for a couple months to save money, I would interview in the mornings with her every morning. And she ended up writing a book and a HBO series that's coming out, and it's based off of that interaction about not judging someone because she thought I was an axe murderer and I thought she was an axe murderer.
I don't think anyone thought that you were an axe murderer because so many people are allowing you into their
I was confused. I'm look at me.
Circles.
There has to be something wrong with you people. I was scared, So it was funny though because that ended up becoming a book that did really well. And
What's
I think
the book?
It's called You're Leaving When.
Okay.
And it's just a section of the book. There's different segments of her life and stuff. But that was a big part of it. And my story's in there. And I was like, wow, that's so crazy. Thank you for the free rent. We love you, Annabelle Gurwitch.
Okay, so this sounds like a lot of fake.
It does a lot.
Because who else comes to Hollywood? You met this person day one from Salon Republic or a few days?
I met her I think it was day 3.
Yeah.
Day 3.
This person who you do not know then lets you stay with them.
Also, I have a series of that. I feel it must be an energy thing. I'm not an axe murderer.
No,
so.
I feel they know it. I feel your energy's so great that everyone's even.
But it was a solid year of that though.
Yeah.
It was a solid year of I was in the car in the summertime. Yeah. I didn't know where to park. I was parking on Figueroa. Very dangerous. Yeah. Didn't know that. Had a homeless guy crawl in my car one time. I had to hit him with a skateboard. Crazy shit. Crazy.
Were you sleeping?
I was sleeping. I was asleep, and then this guy was in there. He crawled in the back and looked at me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And grabbed my skateboard.
Yes.
I didn't know what to do. Yeah, I beat him. I hope he's okay. I don't know. I was scared. Like, and I was 18 years old. So it just got to a point, but I wasn't telling the people I was working with. And so some of them probably would watch this and be like, holy shit, you were homeless? Like, I wasn't telling anyone because I wanted to be looked at professionally. And I never wanted to I knew I had a talent. I knew my music was going to do something. Yeah. And I never wanted to be in a position where people could feel
take advantage
they could take advantage of me, or they could give me the short end of the stick because they know I need somewhere to live. Like, you know? And I wasn't trying to be in that situation. And I worked myself out of that situation. I saved up money, got my first crib, ended up getting my first house. It blew up in a gas line explosion. That's a different story.
But we need the story.
Oh, yeah, it was bad. It was real bad.
Okay, so from this, you save up enough money. Yeah. You're working on your music. Yeah. And then you say you move into an apartment.
Yes.
Okay, and this is in, like, Hollywood, the LA area, and
I
you're
lived
still
in an
working.
apartment in Hollywood.
Okay,
Yeah,
and you're still working and working on your music with Ricky P.
Yep.
And
then I started to, like, me and Ricky were doing a lot of, like, experimental rock stuff. And I got the acknowledgement from Pierce the Veil, which is a huge, that's like Justin Bieber to me. Like, Beyonce, for most people, is Vic Fuentes from Pierce the Veil to me. And he ended up becoming one of my best friends. Like, I talk to Vic on a daily basis. I love him. He's worked on my album with me. Like, he's amazing. They're amazing. They really supported me, honestly, when I did not see anything in myself. Like, when I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Yeah. They were like, this is gonna work. And I ended up over time, over a span of like 4 or 5 years, I was just going to shows, marketing, playing shows in LA, doing anything I could. I ended up starting a marketing agency because a lot of the things that I wanted, like billboards and like Times Square, New York, I didn't have a label. So I went and got a job working for a billboard agency and started booking them for myself and booking them for other artists and stuff like that. And I started making connections with people out of just our passions. I knew what people wanted and I wanted the same thing. So I figured out a way to do it. Yeah. And I did it myself for 5 years and ended up making a lot of money and spending it all on music videos. I made a $50,000 music video with no label, no management. I was calling, pretending to be my own manager, getting booked for festivals, pretending to be my own manager. Like, I had to do that for years. Yeah. So it wasn't like a very quick process. Yeah. It was a learning experience. And there's a lot of people that I met out here I'm very close with that, you know, they had family members or people or, you know, anyone even really out here to support them or was in the industry. And we're still kind of like neck and neck right now at the same space. So it's proof that if you work your ass off, you will get where you want to go. Yeah. And that's really how I had to do it. I had to figure it out myself. Luckily now I have Rob Cavallo and Rooster, Dale Hurd as amazing management. And Rob has, he produced, and he's also my producer. He's produced Green Day, Paramore, Goo Goo Dolls, My Chemical Romance, like the best of the best. And I'm just grateful to be in his presence and the fact that he wanted to produce my album and manage it is crazy. Yeah. So
as a Black woman in the rock space.
Oh, it's my favorite topic.
Let's start out with when you knew you loved rock, and then how is it in the rock space for Black women? Because you're personally the pretty much the only one I know. Yeah. And I probably also need to expand my interest.
No, there's very few of us.
Yeah, because honestly, a lot of Black people don't listen to rock music.
And what's so crazy, and honestly, that's my biggest thing. And that's why I genre blend so much. That's why I want to bring in, like, I'm doing full rock ballads, but I'm bringing in artists that I know my community loves and respects, you know? Yeah. So it's like that type of thing. But it was a very lonely process because only the past year is it now cool to be emo. I was getting beat up for this. Like, I was literally getting bullied. I loved rock music since I was in the 4th grade. Like, my first concert was a My Chemical Romance Blink-182 concert, and I had to beg my mom to let me go with my friend's parents. Like, I ended up, Pierce the Veil was my first concert alone at 12, and I walked backstage because we were so tiny. It was me and my friend. And we had no
12
parents.
years old.
12 years old. Yeah, sorry, Mom. We weren't under the best supervision. But we ended up at this concert. I see Pierce the Veil. It's all I had wanted. My grandfather had just passed away a month before in a very traumatic suicide, and it was really hard for me.
And you've dealt with a lot of, like, death.
A lot of death. I think that also kind of did turn me in the direction of rock music, which it was more comforting, not in a... People have the wrong perception of the rock genre. They tend to think, at least in the Black community, they tend to think, oh, it's the devil, and it's really not. If anything, it was more comforting for what I was going through at such a young age that most young kids shouldn't have to go through. And at 12, it was my 13th birthday present. I went to a Pierce the Veil show. The security guards saw we were tiny when the show ended, so they were like, why don't you walk through the back? I ended up bumping into Pierce the Veil. They knocked me over with their guitar case by accident. And they were like, oh, we're so sorry. And I was like, all I could say was, I make music too. I was like 12, and I was making, like, writing songs in my notebook.
Why is this young child
is like, why is she backstage? And he was like, oh, you're going to be a rock star one day, and left it at that. 10 years later, to the date of that concert, I am in the studio with Vic, and we are working on a record. And I was just like, I have to be super fangirl for a second to show you this. And it was so funny. It's just, that really happens, though. Everything is universal. And I knew at 12, I wanted to be, that's what I wanted to do. Honestly, that Pierce the Veil show, watching that show was groundbreaking for me. That was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And ever since then, I joined a performing arts high school, like left my normal high school, went to a performing arts high school so I could learn how to play piano and I could learn vocal lessons and I could get that out of my day because by night I was a competitive gymnast and my mom was my coach and she was not letting me quit. So that I had to make everything that I wanted to do creatively happen during my daytime. Okay. So I knew then that's what I wanted to do. That was it.
And you're just like manifesting everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a mix of like all of those things, the hard work, but also people trusting in you, believing in you, having a team, and just like kind of like being blessed.
Yeah.
And having fate be on your side.
And I'm one of those people that was like very, do it yourself. You can do everything yourself. There does come a point where you do feel that you hit a ceiling of what you can do for yourself. And I'm very grateful and I'm very blessed for my team. And I'm very grateful to have Zoom Entertainment and Done Deal Management and both of those like people just behind me. And that it gets to that point and I feel like I'm finally there and all of these amazing artists are coming out of the woodwork and just want to work with me. Like, it's crazy. I'm honestly in shock. If I can do it, literally anybody can do it. Like, you can do it as long as you set your mind to it. Like, and I know that sounds so corny, but it's really true. Yeah. Because everything's a sign. Every single thing that I've ever looked at or looked up to has literally physically come to me, or I've met them, or we become friends, or like whatever has happened. And it's possible, and it's so crazy. Yeah. It's honestly so crazy to sit and talk about it now, because like when I do these, I sit here and have this conversation, I think like, holy shit, that did happen.
You're like, wait, I met my idol, my biggest idol of all time. Casual
flex. Like, what? Like,
wait, so with meeting your idol, would you say that's your favorite person you've worked with, or do you have like a moment where you were like in the studio with someone and you're just like, wow, this is crazy?
Okay, so this comes out at the end of the month, so I don't know, but inside scoop, my favorite person I've ever worked with, I've ever had the gracious pleasure of being in their presence, is Lil Wayne. When Lil Wayne told me he liked my music, I knew I was the shit. Yes. I knew. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I don't care who tells me no. And at that point, I'd have like 12 labels and different people, and everyone be like, it's not going to work, or how are we going to introduce someone that... Everyone thought I was a rapper. How are we going to introduce someone that looks like you, has been said to me, looks like you into this industry? And I was like...
You're going to.
It's gonna work, actually, because there's a lot more women like me that are like our little, nerdy little girls, like over here. Like, we love our Cardi. Listen, I'm a nerdy little, like, I love Fortnite. I sit and play Fortnite. I read books. Like, I am so socially awkward. Like,
oh, really?
I really am.
Okay,
this
you have
is
a rare
element.
Okay,
it took like 5 backwards before I came in here and sat down and did this interview. Okay, like, it gets awkward. But there's a lot of people like me. There's a lot of people that aren't necessarily the most voluptuous ladies in the building. And, I wish I was. I would love a nice rack and a fat ass. But...
Well, it's going back now.
It's coming. I know.
People are going back to
We're getting trendy
now.
again.
10 years from now, it might be back in.
We're getting trendy again. But there really is. There really is a set standard, I feel like, that Black women are set. And I feel like we look at all of these amazing, gorgeous women in music, but it's like, they don't really look like me, or I don't feel like them. I can't necessarily relate. Yeah. And I feel like I could be an example for a lot of women like me. Like, we're cool too. Yeah. Nerds are cool tol
well, you're also, I feel like, one of the only in the rock space. So
I am.
You're kind
right now, it kind of is kind of cool.
You're kind of creating
it's kind of cool
category.
I love when people think I'm a SoundCloud rapper and then I play some emo shit. They're like, oh.
So the mix or the tape that you're on with Lil Wayne, which if it's coming out in a month, we can hold this interview till then. But how did that collaboration come about?
So I ended up playing a show at the Viper Room, and I got a bunch of band footage and all this stuff. So I'm playing this show, and I was like, oh, I get all this footage back, and I was looking at it, and I was like, this is really dope. So I posted it. Started doing well on Instagram, and I was like, cool. And one night I was sitting up because I can't sleep. I'm like an insomniac, and I see Lil Wayne's on live, and it says his live ended 5 seconds ago. Really bizarre. I was just scrolling in bed. I'm not a stalker, but really bizarre. It said 5 seconds ago this was posted.
Yeah.
And I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I just DM'd him my stuff? And then he's never gonna see it. So I just DM'd him the post and I didn't say anything. And I went to sleep.
You DM'd him which post? Just
my band playing. I DM'd him a post of my band playing. And I went to sleep. I woke up in the morning and he had DM'd me back. And I was like, what the fuck? And I freaked out because I saw it and I was fell into my shower and I was freaked out. I freaked out. And so I was like,
what did he say? He was like,
he said, I love your shit! ! And I was like, this is enough for me. I made it.
Yeah.
So I was I thought that was going to be it. I was so excited. I replied back thank you, Mr. Lil Wayne.
Mr. Lil Wayne is crazy.
I didn't say Mr. But that's how I felt in my head. I was like, thank you so much. I would love to work with you.
Yeah.
And he replies back and says, let's. And I was like, no fucking way.
Oh my God.
So I had to go to the studio that day. So I'm in the studio and chilling. I'm working on a song. My best friend was with me. My best friend also played that show with me, and she's a metal screamer. Her name's Lucifina. She's amazing. So he went through my Instagram, I guess, and he found both of us. And we're sitting in the studio, we're recording a song, and he DMs me, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Send him a video." I was like, "I'm working." And also my manager's studio is a super flex, the Green Day plaques are up and all that. So I was like, Zoom working.
Let me show you everything.
He has 3 Grammys sitting on the desk. So I was like, I'm just at work, Yeah. So I sent him a video, and he's like, let's work, let's link. And it's history. We pulled up, we ended up showing music. He showed us music. He fucked with the shit. I didn't know we were gonna need a song. Yeah. Asked us to both send an open, me and my best friend. We sent him open verses and we left. We were like, we're probably never gonna hear these, but we have this memory forever. Under 2 weeks later, just get a text. Here's your song. Get a text. She gets a text. Free. Here's your song.
He's giving this to you for free.
Well, there's a lot of negotiations.
Royalties and stuff. Okay, I was like, wow, they sent it to you so fast.
They sent it to me very quickly. He was very excited.
Congratulations.
He just believes in us.
Yeah.
And love them. My best friend ended up just signing to Young Money. She signed to Young Money. I have a couple options right now, so we're talking.
Yes,
but I'm just really grateful for that opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for that opportunity. Honestly, he's the kindest, coolest, amazing person on the planet, and he really he loves rock. He believes in it, and he thinks we're great, and I really just, nobody can bring me down off that high, genuinely.
Yeah.
No one could ever tell me that I'm not the shit now.
No, they really can't. And congratulations. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. The song is actually, it's produced by Rob Cavallo and Cody Benjamin, and Wayne played guitar on it. He's screamed on it, he sang on it, he rapped on it, he killed it. He killed it so hard that I was in shock. I didn't know what to do. I sent it to my mom. I didn't know how to call my mom. My mom was shaking. She was like, no fucking way.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
She was like, tattooing your face was so worth it. It's so funny.
She was like, at first I was a little traumatized, but now
she was crushed.
Okay.
But no, it was great. And that genuinely meant a lot to me, which was crazy. And he did disclose to me, he was like, I don't check my DMs. I just happened to catch that 5 seconds. And I sent it.
You were like, he was just on Instagram.
And they handed the phone back and it just pops up. That was severe luck. And so I was like, oh, this is fire.
Oh my gosh. Okay, before Lil Wayne, because that's obviously a I made it moment, was there a moment in your career where you were just like, this is it? I've made it?
When I got my first fan that tattooed my lyrics on their face. That was really cool. That was really cool.
And they just sent it to you?
Yeah, he came to a show.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, look at my face. And I was like, oh, my God.
Which lyric was it from? Like Secrets?
No, it's from an old song. He was from like the OG fan. It was from a song called Love Overdose. And he brought his entire family to his show. His name is Nick. He brought his entire family to the show. His mom, his brother, I think his like uncle. Mm-hmm. They were all there. And they all came up to me and were like, Nick had gone into a coma at one point. And apparently he was singing my song when he woke up out of the coma. And his only memory in the coma is my song. Like, he was singing the song over and over to, like, stay conscious. Yeah. And I was like, what? Like, I hated that song. Like, I can't believe you love that song. Like
you're like, that was
you know my
song?
Like, you know who I am? Like, yeah. What? Like, because this is back in the, like, we're playing warehouses in downtown LA days. So yeah, that was really a moment for me that I was like, okay, I mean something to people. And I mean more to people than I mean to myself at that time. Because part of, you know, you don't make songs like Secrets and the songs that I make and stuff like that without, like, really feeling that way. Because I write all my music. That is one thing I'm very proud of. I write all of my music. Mm-hmm. But you don't get that opportunity like that to, like, express yourself without really feeling some type of way. And there's been a lot of times where I didn't want to be here anymore. And I was over it. Even in times where it's like, wow, your career's going fantastic. Like, what more could you want? It's just like, not happy.
It's hard to be a human being.
Yeah, it's really hard to live every day. That's the hardest job ever.
It is. And you're like, I actually didn't ask to be here.
Did not ask to be here. Totally didn't. Like, my parents really should have, like, considered talking to me first before any of that went down. But, you know, the people that support my music have really instilled a purpose for me. Yeah. Because even when it was just 10 people, like, I moved to LA with 300 followers on Instagram. Yeah. I have like 280,000 or some shit like that. I don't know, 30,000, I don't know. But it was like, damn, how'd that happen? Like, how did I start to mean something to you? Yeah. When I, at a point, did not mean anything to myself. Yeah. So it's really cool. That's really it for me. Like, that, it didn't have anything to do with success. It had nothing to do. I didn't care if genuinely I don't make money off my music. I didn't care. I wanted to make music because it meant something to me, and I wanted the people to hear it and be like, wow, someone else feels the way I do. Yeah. All the other shit's a bonus. The Pierce the Veils, the Lil Waynes, that's lit. And I'm super grateful, and I love all of you guys. Thank you. I know I'm like a charity case for all of you. I'm so grateful for it.
But you're obviously not.
It's working out, but I feel like it. Like, what did I do to deserve this? You know, I really did work really hard. But it's just like a really nice moment to be like, okay, this was worth something. Because the days with no food and waking up stuck to my car seats, which super sucks. And I'm a girl having to go pee with no bathroom. Figure that out.
I can't imagine that time of the month. Like, I know that's a lot, but I can't imagine.
If you lived on like Melrose in that neighborhood area, I've probably peed in your yard at some point. At like 5 a.m. when it's dark outside. Probably.
Okay, so you weren't doing it, just like so that's fine. Yeah.
No, not in the middle of the day. But
I mean,
like,
you have to pee.
Girl, like, there's no bathroom. Everything's closed. I live in my car. I have to pee. Gotta hide somewhere.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So through your tough days, you would say that the people who look up to you and you're kind of inspiration for, that's kind of what gets you through those hard times. Mm.
That's really it. Yeah. Because every day I'll take time out of my day to go talk to people that are messaging me. Yeah. I've had a lot of people message me with some serious shit. Like, and I'm like, yeah, I feel you. Honestly, let's get into it. Like, you want to go trauma for trauma? Like, let's play. Like, you know. And it's just cool. It really brings people together. Genuinely, I don't know what brings people together, my music or weed, and I'm down for both.
So. I love that. With your fan experiences, though, it sounds like you've had a lot of really heartwarming ones.
I've had really good ones.
Have you ever had a one where you were like, oh, this isn't it? Yeah. What's been your craziest one?
Okay, so I had this guy that got out of prison, like, the day of my show, and then came from prison in his, like, jump bottoms and everything to the show. I have a picture for this. I can send it to you guys if you want to, like, use it. Yeah. But he came to the show, and he had the cured thing tattooed under his eye.
He was like, we're matching.
Yeah. But then he told me that he made his whole cell block do it. So technically I'm a gang leader. And I didn't know that. So I was like, that's cool.
You were like,
I guess my music, apparently my music's on the tablets in jail. which is cool.
I love that.
But like
my
my old music was just like cover arts of my face. So like people were just like inspired. I don't know. So this guy shows up at the show and he's like, yeah, like he was honestly kind of normal at first. I could tell he's a little off, but like, you know, who isn't?
Yeah.
Touching my face 7 times. I have no room to judge anyone. So I'm talking to him. He's nice. Everything was cool. He follows me on Instagram. I don't know where he goes from there because he just got out of jail. But thanks for coming to the show.
Yeah.
He hits me up a couple weeks later on Instagram, and he tells me that there's a witch in the woods that we live with, and we already have children together, and we are a family, and he's going to come get me because he needs his wife back.
Oh, who's the witch?
I don't know. He just texted me.
A witch told him this?
Yes.
Okay.
A witch in the woods that he lives with, that me and him already have kids that I abandoned.
Oh, period.
I didn't have any children. I feel like I would remember that. But, yeah, I don't know. That's as confusing as that story is. But I was like, okay, this is weird. And I just, like, never opened the messages.
Yeah.
And then it's been 4 years since that happened, and I get a message every day for 4 years in my requests every day. Pictures of I don't even know how he found my baby pictures, but he must have found them on the internet somewhere. And like he like mended our baby pictures together and sent me what our like kids look like. And
it's like Michael Scott on The Office.
But he buys every merch drop. So thank you. I see the picture. I've seen the pictures. The kids are real cute. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Is it ever scary? Though,
That's super scary.
Yeah.
I've had Uber drivers that knew who I was. I had to change my name on Uber because that sounds so stupid and arrogant because I'm like literally a micro influencer.
No,
I have no ego whatsoever. But people actually started knowing who I was and they were like freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah.
But I had an Uber driver one time try to like lock me in the Uber. I had to hit him too.
My goodness, I'm so sorry.
It's a lot. Like, I just I don't know.
No, being a woman is like
being
the
a woman is
scariest thing in the
terrifying.
world.
Being alive comes second to being alive and a woman. Like
it's just awful.
It's really hard. I like just want to jog with my headphones on. That's all I want out of life. So like
maybe one day.
One day.
Not anytime soon. But
indoors for now.
Yeah, indoors for now.
But yeah.
Okay, with all
crazy.
of that, crazy fan experiences, your crazy come up, you are really just like doing the thing. So what have you even thought about, like what's next for you?
Oh, my goal is a Grammy.
Okay.
I haven't dropped an album ever. I've been dropping singles consistently for years. I didn't have a team. The Secret song, I still dropped independently. That was an independent drop in TikTok. Thank you. Which also shout out Kellen Quinn and Sleeping with Sirens for doing that song. But TikTok really blew that up. But I haven't, I never dropped a project.
Yeah.
I just now got into the position to be with an amazing team that was possible. Yeah. We've made over the past year and a half, we made an entire album. It's amazing. Awesome artists on it. And I'm just really ready to drop this project. So we're dropping a single at the end of the month, which I'm really excited about, which hopefully we can hold this episode till then.
We definitely will.
Because,
just let us know when.
I gave away the tea because I didn't post it on Instagram yet, but I'm really excited. But yeah, we have an album coming out, and I'm just really ready to drop it. I've never dropped an album, and I really believe that this is actually going to work.
It's crazy that you've never dropped an album.
I've never dropped an album.
And you have,
I don't know. I don't know what happened. People just fuck with me. I love that people fuck with me. But, I don't know. I want a Grammy. That'd be fucking sick.
Yeah.
But genuinely, I just want to drop this project and people like it.
Yeah.
I just want to play shows. I just want to hug the people that support me.
Yeah.
I want to, hang out after shows and, smoke and get, cute little stuffed animals with people.
You have to be careful.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I mean, there will be a security, but, it'll be fine.
Okay.
But I just, I just want to make music that people love. Yeah. And honestly, if you don't love it, it's cool. But, I just want to make music and release it.
But people already love it.
The world has it.
not everyone's going to love it, but people already love it.
And I do like to be, a kind of a door and a good example because my dad did not like that I listened to rock music. I got, baptized, 3 times.
Oh, so you're from a Baptist background.
My dad's Southern Baptist. My mom is Catholic. Okay. But my mom is more, I don't care what you believe as long as you believe something, so you go somewhere where you die. I fuck with my mom. She's a little more reasonable.
Okay.
My dad, not so much.
Dads are a little harsh.
Yeah, not so much. They did not like the rock thing. Yeah. And there's a lot of girls, and there's a lot, girls, boys, theys, thems, whoever, what you want to be. There's a lot of people that are like that, and they don't have a say in where they want to be or who they want to be or whatever, because based off of, parental view. And I kind of hope, because my album is clean. There's no, I don't.
Oh,
yeah.
No
my old music's pretty rough.
Okay, I was
real aggressive.
sure
Bitch, it went wild. Bitch, it went wild. But my entire album is clean.
Yeah.
I'm universal. If you want to bring an 11-year-old to my show, if you want to bring a 35-year-old to my show, whoever you want to freaking bring, you want to bring your grandpa to my show, they're gonna rock with it.
Yeah.
It's universal for everybody, and I hope to be that example of somebody that they can be like, okay, what about this? You can't tell me this is the devil. I might look like the devil though, but you can't tell me it is, because listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, I doubt the devil looks like you.
I hope so. I'm like,
You're like, maybe just a little bit.
A little baddie.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so ultimate goal is Grammy, but really just connecting with those who connect with you.
Yeah.
We love.
The ultimate goal is just to be happy.
Yeah.
Because this career is hard. A lot of the time, I'm not very happy. Like, it looks happy right now, but a lot of the time, it's really hard.
Yeah.
I just want to be happy.
Do you think it's just the late nights and the
probably levels of
working
exhaustion for sure?
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah, because for people who are watching this and they're like, I've always wanted to be an artist, I think a lot of times it's so glorified.
It is very glorified.
Where all you see is, oh my gosh, they're on a red carpet. They're with Lil Wayne. They're, oh my gosh, like getting all this money.
Yeah.
They're in a huge mansion.
But they have no idea.
Yeah.
You probably haven't slept in weeks.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but like,
yeah,
it's a lot.
And I think it's so profound what you said. Like, I was in this mansion and I was literally having like the worst day of my life. And a lot of people would be like, well, you should just be grateful.
No, yeah.
That you have that opportunity. But it's like, still, it's
no,
so
I try
hard.
really hard. I try really hard to always be grateful because it is. But there's an acknowledgement where it's like, again, with that overnight success thing, people think they see someone, they're like, oh my God, like they blew up overnight. No, that person probably worked for 10 years and was told no by everyone and told to give up 1,000,000 times and ended up homeless or starving or whatever before they even had that opportunity for you to see their stuff.
But you're just seeing me now. So,
yeah. And that's also the thing with consumerism. For any artist that is trying to get off the ground, you want to make your audience feel like they're late to finding you. Because no one likes to be the first, except for me. I love to be the first. I'll be the only person at a crowd for a show because I like that band. Like, I love to be the first. Apparently, only I do because everyone else wants to feel late. Yeah. So you make those people feel late to what you've got going on.
Yeah. And what's your number one? Would that be your number one tip then? Of like,
no, my number one tip is definitely just, it's so corny, but don't stop. Everyone's told me to give up. My mom's told me to pack up and come home and give up. My dad's told me to pack up and come home and give up. No, everyone has told me that the people whose opinions I very highly value has told me to give up. Yeah. And I didn't. Now I got a song with Lil Wayne, bitch. So it's pretty crazy. Yeah. Like don't give up. Don't give up. And also please, whatever you're going through, even if you have no one to talk to, find me on Instagram and DM me. I will talk to you. Because I'm really tired of losing friends, and that's a big thing no one talks about. And it's really hard out here, and there's a lot of loss, and there's a lot of mental health issues, and there's a lot of things that are happening to our youth right now because we're all being raised kind of in an environment that no one before us has ever been raised in. Yeah. If you think about it, like, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 28.
Okay, I'm 26. We were probably the last generation to ever have any sort of childhood with no internet access. Yeah. You know what I mean? None. Yeah. And at all. And I mean, that by childhood, we had internet access by, like, definitely, like, 3. You know what I mean? But it was behind.
But it was, like, the fun clicking games. It wasn't the, like, I'm going to watch everything.
Yeah, I played Finding Nemo on, like, PC.
Or, like, the Disney game.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, no, we didn't have that. So I feel like now we're in like a whole different environment. And it's a great reach because we can reach millions of people, but so can negativity. And I just really kind of want to be a voice of positivity for people that are going through that. And, if you're feeling alone, find someone to talk to before you take any action. That is my biggest advice out of life, ever. And has nothing to do with music.
Just life advice, which we all
period.
need. Okay, I want to end us on a kind of higher note. I feel like we've been taking into some pretty deep topics here. But, okay, we know there was the prisoner situation. But if someone were to slide in your DMs that you might actually want to date. What does that look like for you? Are you just like so focused on your career right now that you're like absolutely not?
I'm so career focused right now. Yeah. I have like a thing. Situationship I don't know. I feel like every time I start to not situationship. No, I swear I don't have anything. Like no one loves me. But like,
I actually just have a thing.
I'm actually like have a thing of like being afraid because I don't know, man. Every time I like start to talk to someone, they get like really obsessed with me. Like I tried to talk to like this guy and like he introduced me to his mom like the second week and I was like, this isn't gonna work.
It depends what age, because I'm like, maybe I was a little older, that might be okay.
Right, I feel like that's like, but like, I think I hung out with him twice. Yeah. Ever. Yeah. But it freaked me out. I don't know. I was scared. I'm sorry. He's probably watching. You're gonna watch this too. I'm so sorry.
Okay, she's just giving you a tip. Don't
introduce anyone to your mom that you met a week ago.
Unless they're much older and they're like, I need my eggs cracked tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. That's different. She'd love that. She'd probably marry you. Go find somebody like that. But like, yeah, I mean, I'm, I don't know. I'm focused on my career. Yeah. It's scary out here for a girl.
That is, I think, the theme of today's podcast is just like, it's scary out here for a girl.
Scary. I'm scared to date. I'm scared to cross the street. I just listen to my music, guys. I'm sorry.
Like, let me just stay at my house.
Stay at my house and listen to my music. That's what I'm good at.
Awesome. Well, tell everyone where they can find you at.
You guys can find me on Instagram at K3YAWNAA, TikTok, Keyawna Nikole, 2 Y's, not an I. And it's great to be here. I'm so excited. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for joining us at Hall of Fame show, where today our podcast is just scary to be a girl.
It's just scary to be a girl.
See you next time.
Sick.
That was really
fire.
great.
That was super